Hey Sam, thanks for making today, and I'm very excited that you get to talk with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here. And I enjoyed our conversation prior to this podcast, and hopefully we can talk about more interesting stuff.
Yes, about that, people are usually asking me about you because you're quite the wellness public figure here in the Philippines. So tell us about your secret to success.
Am I a wellness public figure? Do
Yes.
you know me? If you don't know me, now you do. So, so yeah, the secret to success when it comes to living a good lifestyle, right? I would say a good, healthy lifestyle. It's always been important for me since I was young. And, you know, it's really the power of habits and what you do on a day-to-day basis. I really believe that's the case. So I always tell people, if you really want to start your wellness or fitness journey, you better start young, because it's harder to install habits when you're older. It's not impossible, of course, but take a lot more will.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline, right? Because you already have your own ways of doing stuff. Now you need to adjust in a very different way. Well, staying fit is not that difficult. You know, everybody knows how to be fit or
Yeah,
live a good
that's true.
lifestyle. I mean, all you have to do is walk. If you can do more than walk, you run or you go to the gym. Just spend at least 20 to 40 minutes working out every day.
That's good.
Eat clean, you know, and then do it as much as you can until it becomes like a habit.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. I'm actually interested when you said that you have to do it at an earlier age. So, are you saying that when it comes to parenting or, like, let's say, even educational systems, that we need to teach children how to be fit and healthy?
Yes, I think parents play a big role in choosing the people and the surroundings of their children and how they're influenced. So one thing you can do, depending on the access that you have, put your kids in classes as soon as possible, sports.
Sports, right?
Yeah, football, basketball, I don't know, martial arts, because
That's
it
true,
teaches
that's
them
true.
discipline, right? It teaches them how to respect others, respect their peers, their friends, their parents. So yeah, that's, for me, that's what I would do with my son. Now, some people may say, okay, but we live a very different lifestyle and it's
Yeah, that's
hard.
true.
I understand that. Then you need to instill the mindset in a very early age. Like, this is what I'm lucky enough that my dad did this with me since I was early. So, you know, when the child is developing, maybe 5 to 10, 12-year-old, if you keep on repeating stuff, it sticks to their mind and they will eventually pursue or make your advice a part of their life somehow.
Okay, so when you said earlier that you started at an earlier age, who influenced you? Or it was like more of like a self-taught experience?
I don't even remember.
Were you like 12? Were you like
No.
early 20s?
Yeah, I was like
So-
14 and I was doing push-ups, you know. I
Good
was
for
already
you.
obsessed, you know.
Okay.
You know, I was so skinny. I would go, it's so funny. I
Okay.
know what you guys are doing, you skinny guys. You go in front of the mirror and you flex and there's nothing. All there is bones. So that was me when I was 14, 15.
Okay.
Right? And then, you know, eventually we went to the gym and I did it with my brother. So I had friends who were doing it. So really your circle and your friends are really important. And my dad had a big role because he would always give me positive reinforcement.
That's
I think
nice.
that's nice, yeah.
So what I noticed also when you're trying to be healthy or you're trying to be richer or trying to be more successful, it's the community, right?
Yeah.
It's having this collective group of people who's having the same mindset or having the same goals, and you go towards it together.
Right. Yeah, it's really important. That's what I learned. You know, I started business in the creative industry, branding, marketing last year, right? So for me, it was a nice introduction into the business world since I was, you know, a model into fitness,
A winner
worked a
in
lot with
Century.
social media, worked a lot with bands, right? So I was like, okay, let me study this market and see if there is potential and opportunity here. So in this 1 year, I really learned that your relationships are the most important. Your community, right? The people that you surround yourself with. So getting out there, getting to know people, really, it exposes to you your weaknesses as well as your strength. So you become more self-aware on a day-to-day basis. And as you go, you learn. So after 5 years, you know what's going to happen if you keep doing that.
Okay,
Yeah.
talking about weaknesses and strengths, what did you learn about yourself when you were going towards this fitness journey that you had? What's
Fitness
your
journey?
Yeah, what is your weakness and what are your strengths?
My weakness, I have no weakness.
Wow, Lodi!
I can sit here and say I have no weakness. No, just kidding. Of course, everybody has a weakness, okay? But I'm not going to expose my weaknesses here on camera. Come on.
No, it could be a as simple as having this inability to be consistent, or it's more of like it doesn't necessarily
Oh
mean
yes,
an internal
one
flaw.
thing. Yeah, I understand. Kidding. One thing that's a good okay comment. So one thing I notice, I tend to leave things for a later time, procrastinate, and then so I really have to find time to focus. So for me, meditation helps. Being around people who are annoying helps because they would keep pushing you.
Pushing you
Like
to
my
do
brother, keep reminding you, keep annoying you. So you want to be around annoying people as well, right? Who,
Yes.
in a good way, who annoy you in a good
positive,
way. Yes.
annoying people.
Yes. Positive, annoying people, right? Because
Yeah.
then you don't want to do anything. You don't want to listen
Yes.
to anyone, right? So yeah, I think that's what helped.
Okay, and your strengths?
My strength, I think I'm good at identifying people's strength and then
Working with it.
working with it.
That's good.
Also branding, creating a message for brands
Yes.
that resonates with people. Even like for example with Century Tuna, right? Going back to Century Tuna
Yeah,
and
tell
how
us
I won
about
it.
your
Because you
journey,
were
yeah.
talking about it. It was pandemic and we didn't have gym or anything, so I curated this storyline, which is true because I was actually living it, which involved my son and how to stay healthy and fit regardless of the circumstances, whether you have access to the gym or not. So everybody else was going to the gym and getting pumped and getting bigger. I was just staying the same, but then change the whole messaging, right? That, okay, so this is the route we're gonna take. Okay, if we can't go to the gym, stretch. I don't know, do yoga, do something, learn something that requires you to grow and adopt a new way of thinking.
I think like when it comes to COVID and then the wellness, it still transcends until today because sometimes we're too busy to go to the gym.
Right.
But we still have a corner in our house where we could do some exercises, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So no excuses.
No excuses. Yes, no excuses.
And how were you able to convey this message with the documentary that you created for Century Tuna?
I mean, it was pretty simple. Like I back then there was no reels, I think. Was there reels?
No reels.
No reels.
No
Yeah.
reels,
So
yeah.
now it's a lot easier. Everything is more interactive. It's video. You can get in front of the camera. But there was video, but everything is more creative. At the same time, it's more challenging because the attention span is very low, right? So you
Shorter,
gotta
yeah.
convey your message in a short period of time. Yeah, for me it was like just being real in a sense, right? Because talking about the struggle of not being able to do the things I need to do to prepare for the competition, and at the same time finding new ways to adapt to those circumstances. Yeah.
Tell me about your creative marketing businesses.
So creative marketing, we started doing it last year and we got more. I mean, for me, it was a learning process. Until now, it's a learning process because it's been 1 year, right? What is 1 year? See me in 10 years, then we'll talk. And then, yeah,
But the
1
most
year.
crucial year as well.
The most crucial year. You're
Yeah.
right. So this is basically the year that you're prone to making a lot of mistakes, right? And then mistakes are good because you learn and your skin thickens, right? As you go through failures or whatever. But what we did and what I am proud of is that we were able to, put up some brands in different malls
No,
and
that's
then
cool.
help with their
That's cool, Sam.
branding,
Yeah.
help with their launch and all this stuff. And this has been a very good learning experience for me. And I have other plans when it comes to marketing, which are very exciting, but maybe we'll talk about that next time. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a businessman now, but at the same time, you're fitness inspiration to many people. So, what is your secret ingredient to making sure you're still fit amidst your very busy schedule?
I try to be, it's just natural, genetics.
Oh, sana all. I wish we're all like Sam, but at least
No,
give
no.
us a little hope here.
I have to make that joke, to break the ice. But yeah. So basically, for me, it's kind of effortless, to be totally honest. So I wake up, first thing I want to do is work out, right? I don't really think about it anymore.
Nice.
It's just like a therapy for me, right? Sometimes work gets stressful, and then working out helps. And sometimes working out is not enough. So you need to really ground yourself, meditate. For me, meditation helps. It's a form of prayer, connecting to yourself, your inner being, and everything. So that helps me stay grounded, stay motivated and disciplined, and focus, yeah, I feel untouchable.
Yeah, so it's basically it's good habits.
Yeah, good habits. Yeah.
I think like that's something that I also need to work on myself. So lately I have to go back to training because
Right.
I used to train once or twice a day and then it negated to 3 times a week and then it negated to twice a week and then it became one.
But you
then-
mentioned you still walk your dog, you're still
Yes.
active, right? I mean, as long as you're active, I would encourage you to go work out, but then a lot of people are just not active, you know?
Yes, that's a good concept actually because most people aren't athletes by nature. It wasn't a part of their lifestyle
Right.
before, but at the same time, to move around and to actually break some sweat is as important as
Right,
to
yeah.
non-athletes.
Yeah,
So
it's
what
good.
are the examples? Walking your dog,
Walking your
meditating.
dog, walking with your girlfriend, walking with your mom, walking alone, walking with friends.
So it's a walking, walking
Start,
activity.
just get up and walk. You know,
That's
our
true,
bodies
that's
are not
true.
designed to sit. We're not designed to be
There you
seated.
go,
That's why
yeah.
you get backache, you get problems. You start adding weight because we are meant to burn calories. You know, and walking is our nature. Walking, running is kind of like our nature.
Yeah,
That's why we do marathons, right?
Yeah.
How long can a guy run? There are guys who run 100 miles, right?
Yes.
100 miles. What other animal can do that? None. Maybe wolves. Maybe they will still have a hard time keeping up with
Yeah, but it's true.
ultramarathoners.
Yeah. So it's more of like breaking your mentality that you're incapable of doing things when it comes to fitness and wellness. No?
Yeah. Activity, longevity. We call it longevity. So the
Yeah.
goal is to live longer. Why would you want to live longer? Then you have to sit down and ponder that question. Why do I want to live longer? Is it worth,
Living
being
for?
active?
Is it worth living for?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why do we have to live in the first
Is it
place?
worth going out and walking? Oh, no, probably not.
Yeah, so walking is a factor, exercising is a factor, but eating well is another important facet
Yeah.
for our health. So what do you usually eat?
Yeah, I eat everything. So I eat everything. So, well, I have the privilege of being able to eat and not gain as much fat because I have high metabolism, but I don't know how long that's going to last. As I get older, I'm getting more conscious. Well, in general, my nutrition is kind of clean. I stay away from things, I'm not someone who goes and eats a lot of junk food or craves chips every day or, stuff like that, sweets or it's just not, because when I was younger, again, I really wanted to put up that muscles. So I had to avoid those things. Right now,
Protein bulk.
yeah, right now it's like I don't really crave it, right? My only guilty pleasure is Coke Zero. Shit. Yeah.
At least no sugar.
That's it, yeah. And then as I get older, it gets harder to stay fit, right? So to become more aware. But for people who are wondering what should I eat, what should I not eat, I think the best thing to do is just start becoming more active and instead of going for a extreme diet that you cannot sustain, just make small changes,
That's
small
true.
changes. Maybe if you eat 3 cups of rice, turn it into 2, and then slowly as you see progress, you'll feel more motivated, you'll turn it into 1 and then less, because when you do an extreme change, it usually comes with, you have to pay a big price for it,
And
right?
the
Yeah.
inner rebellion comes out.
Yes,
And puts a stop
exactly.
to your practice.
Yeah.
Stop that. That's too much.
That's too much. What are you doing this for, right?
Yeah, I think an example was like just this week, I turned my white rice into black rice.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, said, I do like eating rice, but I cannot eat white rice anymore because I have hypothyroid right now.
Okay.
So I need to fix this. I have to avoid sugar, have to avoid too much salty foods. And so now I have to stop eating rice. Boo-hoo. I'm a Filipina and I can't eat rice.
That sucks.
So I have to
Yeah.
change. I
Yeah.
have to be more
Adjust,
creative,
right. Yeah.
but still eat rice. So I think that's a good example. Small changes.
Small changes.
As long as it's
yes.
consistent.
Yes, and sustainable. You have to go for what's sustainable, depending on the lifestyle you live. Because I see a lot of people trying to go extreme. Oh, I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna eat anymore. I'll do that. I'll go every day, twice a day, bro. Let's do boxing too. Let's do that. Oh,
Too
come on.
much.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
And I think it's also being realistic and scheduling your activities.
Right.
Like when can you actually run? When can you actually walk?
Mhm.
So how do you do it?
Well, I think to sum it all kind of comes down to your mindset.
Mindset.
So, I mean, I cannot cannot tell people you do this, you do that. That's
Yeah.
what coaches do, right? Well, I used to coach before. But then what I learned is that coaching is good, right? But then before somebody is coachable, a shift in mindset is kind of necessary, right? So if you really want to make a change in any area of your life, whether it's your relationships, business, wellness, it requires a certain degree of self-awareness to first sit down, assess your situation, think what you can do to improve your situation, and then, based on logic and based on what you start making decisions that lead you towards your goal. Now, in your journey to getting to your goal, you might need some help. That's where
That's
coaches
true.
come in and tell you, okay, this is what you need to do, whether it's business, whatever, right? Yeah, I think that's the advice I would give to people if they really want to make a change in any area of your life, is more self-awareness, more accountability, more awareness in general of your body, not just your body, of your relationships, because nowadays relationships are really important.
It's the factor
This-
to your success.
Yes, and
Yeah.
people are getting more disconnected than ever, right? Because everybody is on their phone all the time.
Yeah.
Right? You go to a restaurant, you go somewhere, everybody is just on their phone. People are disconnected, and this is, for me, it's not good because there's a potential gain from being there if you use it creatively and you use it to your advantage to grow. But if you're just a consumer, then you're basically being brainwashed to thinking what you need to be thinking, not being aware of what you're thinking. It's very different when you're just thinking. You're just thinking 24/7, thoughts come in, and then you're just thinking, another thought passes by, and then you see something, and then again there's another thought. It's really different when you take a step back and observe your thoughts. Okay, why did I have this thought? Where did it come from? Why do I feel this way? What can I do to fix it? Then you take it from there.
That's good, Sam. So
Yeah, I went
it's
on a rant.
no, it's not a rant. Come on, it's just being meditative instead of taking too much time using your social media. I noticed this. We
Yeah.
say we don't have time. To
Yeah,
go
we
to
all
the
use
gym.
social media. I'm guilty of it. I'm always on the phone. I'm always on the phone. I'm here talking that we shouldn't do it. But it's important to be aware,
Yes, and there's another thing. We use social media so much, and then we tell people, I don't have time to go to the gym. And then you look at your how many times you use your phone in a day. It's 6 hours, 8
Yes,
hours.
exactly.
Okay, so you could have put 15-minute, 20-minute workout
Yes.
in between those.
So
8
next time
hours.
somebody tells you that, just get their phone and smash it on the wall. Now you have time.
Check the insights, bro. Check your insights. No, you have time.
Okay,
You look
smash your
different.
phone. Now you have time.
But yes, it's really about having the time, being
Yeah.
aware, and finding the right people to
Right.
bring you to your goal.
Yes, yes.
It's really
yes.
cool, Sam.
Some kind of role model, some kind of guidance, or someone you can emulate in your life. It doesn't need to be a person. It can be a book. It can be a person who's done great in history. You want to study them. It can be a friend who's doing good. Your parents, anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Learning is, as long as you have an open mind to learning, there's no limit. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool, Sam. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well. We good?
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. You're awesome. You rock.